What's the dealio? Welcome back to the Nothing Special Podcast, episode 2. I'm your boy. It's your boy, Zeke.
And it's Brian.
And this theme we're going off of is going to be, tell him, be easy. Tell him, son.
Video games.
Video games. Goddamn right. Alright, so last week we talked about some video games, older shit, but this time we're just going all over the place.
Alright.
Fuck it. You feel me, son? Look, I kind of do want to start off with like an earliest memory type thing. Do you remember the first video game you ever played? Or somewhat around?
I would say it would probably have to be Super Mario World.
Yeah. Or I think maybe it might have just been, for me, regular Mario. Like just Super Mario. Not Super Mario. Mario. The regular Nintendo.
Oh.
With a square.
Oh yeah.
And maybe some Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
Some old school shit. I miss those kind of games because as simple as they look, the hardest games you'll ever play.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember getting frustrated throwing controllers, like wanting to slap motherfuckers because I couldn't get past certain levels. Now it's like, oh hey, I can't get past this. Google. Let's get this shit figured out real quick. Like the other day, whenever I was sitting there playing Omega Ruby, I was like, why can't I get into this fucking building? Let me just Google it.
Mm-hmm.
It makes shit too easy. That's what I liked about the red and yellow version. If you had some issues, you weren't figuring that shit out
Yeah.
by that fast. You had to do a little work. You had to put in a little work, or beg your parents to buy the books,
Mm-hmm.
the walkthroughs.
Get those walkthroughs.
So do you remember the walkthrough books?
Yeah.
Did you ever have any walkthrough books?
No, I don't think I did.
Oh, so you were one of those.
Yeah.
I definitely had one for that game, Siphon Filter. PlayStation.
Oh yeah. Those kind of like Splinter Cell, right?
Yeah, like a Tom Clancy type game.
Yeah.
Shit, man. What was I gonna say? Metal Gear Solid, fucking 20 years old officially.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. God damn.
Never played it.
You're a hater.
Mm.
Wasn't your cup of tea?
No, I just never really got the chance to play it, and I wasn't really too sure. Like, I've seen videos and stuff on it, and I don't know, it just doesn't really seem like, I don't know, anything I'd really be interested
It's
in.
for smart people, that's why.
Yeah.
No, it's because I was 20 years ago. Was I like 8?
Yeah.
9 years old. And I remember that storyline at the time being a little too complex for me. It's just the gameplay always did it. Because every other game, you could just run around and do shit.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the games where you needed to be stealthy.
Yeah.
And you had to really think about every move, every action you made had a very good or bad reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And so you had to, you kind of had to watch everything you did. So that's why I always liked it. But as they kept going on and progressing, it was like, all right, now you're dumbing it down for motherfuckers like Brian.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just always liked those games. For PlayStation, what are your favorite types of games?
I generally go for RPGs.
Right. Big Final Fantasy guy or no? Or
I've only really played one Final Fantasy game.
which one?
15.
Oh, a newer one.
Yeah.
Is that the one where you can drive a car and have a gun and shit? And
Yeah.
that's the most recent one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was way too open world for me. Way too open world. Like I like the RPGs where they have some limitations. I saw one video where the dude was going into a diner and shit. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
You can just do all kind of crazy shit. How far did you get into it?
I beat the main storyline.
Oh, but how much was left?
I'm not sure.
You beat the game game percentage? 18%?
Something like that. I know I didn't beat the final or the like post game big bad.
Yeah, they always have
giant
those.
turtle.
See, I haven't played the new one.
No.
I saw that it was a little too a little too open. I was like, that's a game that, yeah, it's gonna be fun, but it's just gonna be endless.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a Elder Scrolls, or where like on the other podcast we talked about how Jesse, my cousin Jesse, had one. It was from like 2014, 2013, maybe for PS4, and had to have been 2013. When did this shit come out? PS4.
Ugh. I want to say it was probably around 13, 14.
13, 14, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. Anyway, he had like one of the first PS4 versions of the Elder Scrolls. I can't remember which one it is, but Skyrim. I mean,
Okay.
but he said just recently, last year, he popped it in, and there was an update for it that was like 7 gigs, if not bigger,
Yep.
and it completely rebuilt the game to where like it was like an MMO version of it. So those games like they never end anyway. But then they just added a shit ton more to it. So like quest and
Was he playing Skyrim or was he playing Elder Scrolls Online? Because they did put, if I remember correctly, they did put Elder Scrolls Online onto the consoles.
maybe that's one. Maybe that's the one it is. He said it's just a big ass MMO where like they'll be walking around and there'll be like a clique of people. And they're just doing a certain quest, and you can go and fuck their quest up, or they can come fuck your quest up, which is why I hate MMOs anyway. But he said it was like a 7. He hadn't played it in like a year and a half, maybe longer, and he went and updated it, and it was just fucking massive. It took like a day and a half to update it. I think it was bigger than 7 gigs. But he said like the amount of quests that weren't available after that, like if you held down the scroll down button, it was like at least like 45 seconds to a minute long of just different quests you could do with people.
Damn.
I was like, fuck that. That's a little too much.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, that is quite a bit, and that's more than quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, do you fuck with MMOs? You did. You were a WoW player, right?
Yeah, I played WoW for a while.
For those of you who don't know, that's World of Warcraft.
Yeah. But I don't know. I kind of fell out of it because it kind of lost the RPG aspect for me, at least a little bit. Just because like you used to be able to really customize your character a lot.
Mod it the fuck out.
Well, not really mod it, but just like really like do your own kind of builds, because you had like a skill tree and everything, and so you could put points in skill tree and like really make that character yours. But then they got rid of that, so now like pretty much every character is pretty much the same. So like my cleric will probably be the same as your cleric, my warrior will probably be the same as your warrior.
I wonder why they did that and just dumb it down the way it's a little more marketable and like kid friendly.
Yeah.
That's where they always fuck it up. They fuck up too many things, too many games like that. Like I know for sure the Resident Evils were dumbed down hardcore. Or I remember I played one with G. We literally beat it in 7 hours. Like it was that easy. The only thing that made it difficult was you couldn't run and shoot. So whenever you had to shoot, you had to stop. Yeah, you were locked into that spot.
Damn.
So if you were swarmed and only had a pistol, you were fucked. You couldn't run and like try to pick people off and get to higher ground. That's what made it bad.
Yeah.
But they dumbed those down a lot. What's some games that have been dumbed down? Like WoW. I know. I think Diablo 2 was trash.
Diablo 2?
Yeah.
Or Diablo 3?
Which one? There was the one that was just super easy. No, it wasn't Diablo 3. Diablo 3 was a shit. I think it had to have been 2.
2 was not easy.
So
2 you had to put in some work.
So then it was 3.
Yeah, 3 they really simplified it.
That's the one. Yeah. Because I remember me and Jesse, my cousin Jesse, same dude. We beat that shit. I was like a knight, and he was a monk with. He was super fast, and I was the guy who was slower, but I had my armor. Dude, I could take on like 80 guys and would lose like a millionth of a percentage of health. Yeah. Like my armor was through the roof, and I had a big ass fucking like double-handed sword. I would just smash through dudes while he was like taking on bosses, killing them, because his strength was fast. He had no armor, but his strength was through the roof. So we were just tag teaming motherfuckers like left and right.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a game we should fucking stream right there.
Yeah.
I have it at the house. We
Yeah.
could definitely get on that.
Yeah, I have it on my Xbox.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, we gotta figure out how to stream that shit.
Well, on the Xbox it's a lot easier because you just sign up for Twitch.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that. But don't you need the damn son, is that your stomach growling?
No. Messing with the cord.
Oh, I was like, damn son, you need to eat now. But yeah, I didn't know it was that easy.
Yeah, because all you need is a Twitch account, and do you have the Kinect?
No.
I think I left my Kinect up.
But can't we just get like a better camera?
Maybe.
Cause I know what kind of connection is it? USB?
No, it's not USB. It's some kind of fancy shit. I remember that.
Well, fuck. We'll Google the back of an Xbox and see what it is, or what type of connection it is. Because I'm thinking, even if we do just get a badass streaming camera, or whatever it is, we can always get an adapter for it.
No.
That we can just slip it right in. Because there's a lot more I want to do with both of these podcasts, especially the other one, because they're all four of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would just make it way more interesting than fucking audio,
Yeah.
like fucking BBC Radio or PBS or something. See, so what are your least favorite types of games? Horror.
Yeah.
Examples. Never fuck with Transylvania.
Transylvania.
Like Devil May Cry and shit like that.
Those aren't really horror.
No.
No, those are action games. I'm talking like Resident Evil,
Oh.
Silent Hill.
You didn't fuck with Silent Hill?
No,
Dude,
not my cup of tea.
I fucked with those hardcore, both of those. They always had I don't know, Fear. That was another fucking scary ass game.
Yeah.
I think I've told that story on the other podcast where me and Flo were playing it at my uncle's house. And right after we had the fucking surround sound set up on the PS3, and you just hear it from like left to right. We're like, what the fuck? And then finally we're like in a little air duct, a little air duct shaft. We're walking through there. And you hear like what the fuck? And it's going from left to right, left real fast. And then you just hear this little girl just, she crawls up to you real quick and goes, shh. I was like, oh, fuck. Because I turned it off, turned the light on. I was like, all right, dog, that's it. I was like, it's time to play Madden. Fuck that. I'm good. That shit was a little too intense for me. What other games other than horror? So you said Silent Hill, Resident Evil.
Yeah.
What was that one game that had like jump scares? Was it BioShock?
Yeah, kinda. It had kind of jump scares.
That's not really a horror game though. Huh?
No, it wasn't really horror. It was more like suspense and action adventure.
From what Sarah's telling me, We Happy Few is pretty fucking scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a bunch of mostly jump scares. But she said it's leaving her. It's one of those things where you're like, fuck, do I go through this door or not? Like, I don't want to go through. I don't want to get scared. But why is that? What is that about people where it's like you just did, like that suspense, you know what I mean? Where you don't want to go through doors or like just little. Cause did you ever have any of those little fears when you were a kid? Like, for instance, I'll give you an example. Like with the shower curtain, I couldn't piss or shit unless the shower curtain was open.
Oh. Yeah. I think it's just kind of like our way of we just don't like to be surprised. Like when we're not expecting it.
Yeah.
Like if you expect a surprise, then it's kind of different. I mean, which means it wasn't really a surprise, but
well, it's like you kind of know something's gonna happen. Like when you'll see like a scary movie or like a jump scare movie, those little cheap scares.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't bother me that much. But like it's always weird. Like after that first time I saw The Exorcist, I remember I've slept in this room, and that closet had to be open. Yeah, like I was like, nope, not fucking doing it. And I slept with my grandpa. I was 11 when I saw it. I slept with my grandpa for like 6 months. Dude, that movie fucked me up bad. Just something weird about fear. I don't know, that fear intrigues me. Because there are certain things like phobias that really freaks me. Like the only thing I can say I'm really scared of is heights.
Yeah.
I don't know of anything else. Like bugs don't creep me out. Snakes don't creep me out. I mean, I wouldn't want to see one. Obviously, like that's not like, oh, let's go fucking snake hunting.
While you're bullshitting, what was it? Friday, I went jogging back here.
Oh God.
Yeah, and I go like up there,
Mm.
and I went back that way towards the road and everything.
Right.
I saw something move out of the corner of my eye. I look, and this like pretty big, at least what I saw, like black snake up there.
Black snake. What could that was? I don't think it was a. I can't. It might. I don't think it was a copperhead.
I don't know. It was. I don't
See,
know. I'd say it was probably about like 4 feet long.
Might have been. See, I can't just look at a snake and be like, oh, it's
Yeah.
that kind.
Yeah,
Like
that-
I don't know. I don't know him. Like, I'm just not afraid of him. Like
yeah.
I will say this: one snake did scare me one time when I was walking out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was going to College Station, and no, I was going back to Houston. I had my backpack on, my bag in my hand full of clothes. I look to the left to turn around to say bye to my grandma. There's that little walkway. You know, they got that little board that it's on the bottom that kind of like holds the post up.
Mm-hmm.
Thick ass snake like this, probably about 3.5, 4 feet long, posted up, chilling. Looks at me. I was like, oh shit, because I didn't see, because he was in striking mode.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh shit, but I guess like the way he went to move, his ass end fell off and it drug him down.
Mm-hmm.
But had he had full ground, I was gonna get hit.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know. Though that type of shit doesn't really scare me. That freaked me out because I was like, oh, he's an attack. If I can see it, I'm like, okay, I know how to. I already know how to deal with. Not like I'm not a fucking snake handler, but like I know how. Like, hey, just give him his space. You don't fuck with him, he won't fuck with you.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much with most animals. Like
Yeah.
they're probably more afraid of you than you are of it.
Yeah.
If you just leave him the fuck alone, you're not gonna get tagged. But what your phobia is? Are you afraid of heights?
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, if I'm in safety gear, then I don't really feel too bad. But it's like whenever I'm like climbing a ladder and stuff.
Yeah. That's right. We were talking about
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Do you get like claustrophobic or anything?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I don't get claustrophobic, but I do get kind of like, I don't know, antsy.
A little anxious.
Yeah, a little anxious.
See, for me, that's my strong suit. That's one of my things. Like this
Yeah.
this size room usually freaks most people out.
Yeah.
But again, we come from a small town, so it's kind of like, whatever. Like it's pretty normal for us to have. We don't, like I said, we don't come from mansions,
Yeah.
so like this is normal for us. What else? I'm trying to think. Maybe there is something. Ooh, trypophobia. The fear of small holes. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Oh shit, dude. It fucking freaks me out. There's this picture of this guy. It's like a hand with a bunch of holes and it makes the back of my head itch. Like it's just Yeah, here he goes. Trypophobia. Ugh. God, it's making me itch. Ugh.
Well, that's just normal. I mean, you wouldn't want that on you.
No, but I mean, just like this, right? Like, oh god.
Yeah, no, that is a legit concern.
No, but that's fake. That's makeup. But I'm
Oh,
talking
is
about
it?
like, yeah, like stuff like this. Even stuff like this. Like when you see, like when I see honeycombs,
Oh.
I don't like that shit.
Mm.
Not honeycombs, but like like bees' nests.
Oh yeah.
It makes me itch, dude. I don't know why. So no weird little fears like that. Mainly just like the big, like, oh yeah, I could die type
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, mostly that. I guess maybe like certain bugs, something like that. Like,
Really?
yeah, I don't really like bugs, but I'm not really scared of them either. So
You could just do without them.
yeah, I guess maybe, yeah.
See, you weren't with us when we were like when me, Gary, and Raul were over here, huh? At my
Mm-mm.
grandpa's. How we used to catch scorpions and put them in jars and watch them fight. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about bugs or frogs. Like some people are afraid of frogs. I think that's the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah,
What are they gonna do to you?
yeah,
Be getting near you? Like they don't want to be anywhere near you.
yeah,
They're just fucking frogs or like little toads. I know it's gross when they piss on people, but like
yeah,
that's their defense mechanism.
yeah,
Just leave them alone. Dogs, love dogs, obviously.
yeah.
I think what would freak me out is if like I was locked in a room with a bird.
Yeah.
Say that shit wouldn't creep you out like a fucking raven.
Oh yeah.
Ever since that's
Well,
what.
I don't know. I've handled birds before, so they're not too bad.
If you were,
But if you had like a fucking wild ass fucking bird,
that's
in
what I'm
here,
saying, like a
fucking-
wild ass hawk, just like yeah.
well, that's a legitimate concern.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you just walk in a room, sit down, and all of a sudden you hear like a and you turn around, like, oh fuck, that giant crow was about to fucking take my eyes out. I would freak out.
Well, I think that'd be most people.
Yeah, but
I
I'm
mean,
saying
they have a random wild ass bird in their
a
room.
random ass fucking feral bird just flying around your room, trying to take your goddamn eyes out. Yeah, that's a. Oh, because you remember? Oh, you didn't play Resident Evil. Resident Evil 2. There's a scene where there's you have to go through birds.
Oh really?
Yeah, you got to shoot a bunch of birds down. If not, they'll take your eyes out.
Damn.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's what always creeped me out. But I mean, I don't have a fear of them. But like in a certain situation, hell yeah, I'm afraid of birds. I think it's the same thing. If I was like in a room with if I saw a bobcat, I'd be like, oh, that's legit. That's a bobcat. But if I walk in a room, there's a fucking bobcat. I'm like, oh shit, that's a fucking bobcat. Like, it's time to run. Or maybe close the door really soft so he didn't see me.
Just remembering that thing. It's like whenever you really don't want to do something, just you say something like I'd rather sandpaper the asshole of a bobcat in a phone booth.
I've never heard that ever.
I mean, you can kind of imagine it. You in a phone booth with
Yeah.
a bobcat trying to take sandpaper to his asshole.
Yeah, because they're about small enough to fit in there. Yeah. Did I tell you? Oh, I didn't tell you, but I was driving with Tuck and we saw this fucking deer booking it. Like he was like, "Fuck this, I'm out." We look back and there's a fucking bobcat chasing them. I was like, "Oh god!" So he jumps over this fallen tree stump, like this dead tree.
Mhm.
Jumps over it. The cat uses that as leverage, pounces on it, and gets his ass.
Damn.
Like, but because of the way it was, the angle we were driving, we didn't see it. We just saw him land on his ass, like grab it,
Mhm.
and then just went down. We didn't see anything come up or anything. I was like, oh, he got him.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, cats are fucking real.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're fucking real. I do not fuck with cats. All right, so yeah, we went off on a tangent for a little bit. Let's see here. Your favorite console that's like it's not modern, not like PS4 or 3 or Xbox One or anything. For me, as short-lived as it was, I would go with Dreamcast. I only had one for a very short amount of time before it fucked up, but
Yeah. PS2 maybe?
oh yeah,
I mean, because they had a lot of good games for the PS2.
fuck yeah.
It was,
I bet that library was ridiculous. PS2, because I hate how short-lived the N64
yeah.
was. It wasn't very long at all, or it's not that, because I think it was discontinued maybe 2000 2001, but they just stopped making games for it so fast.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you had any of those games, that's it. Like there wasn't really much to it. I think the GameCube was a pretty dope little console. but that was another one. Very short-lived. Not
Yeah.
many games for it, or the game, and a lot. Well, they had a big library, but a lot of them were like, "Oh, hey, that game came out on PlayStation. They're just putting it on." You know, it was like games that were already out. Like there wasn't too many original games
Yeah.
that I can remember.
Yeah.
And that controller was fucking weird.
Yeah. The N64 controller. Yeah.
The N64 controller and the GameCube controller.
I don't know. The GameCube controller wasn't too bad. But that N64 controller
Yeah.
with the 3 hand placements.
Yeah. With the middle joystick.
Yeah, the left D-pad and
Yeah.
your right buttons.
Yeah, that was a little much.
Yeah.
One of the controller that, even though it's my favorite console, like the PlayStation console, that's a weird controller too.
Yeah.
Just where the analog sticks are.
Yeah.
Like I think if they got rid of that D-pad, that left D-pad, and just put one of the joysticks over there,
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be a lot better. Like what Xbox did.
Yeah.
To me, that's the most comfortable controller.
Yeah.
Because I know whenever I had a PS3, I went out and got a Mad Catz. Was it Mad Catz? No, a Nyko, NYKO, whatever.
Oh yeah.
I got one of those controllers that looked like a Xbox controller. Because my hand,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's kind of hard to play PlayStation whenever your hand's all fucked up.
Yeah.
So I always went with the Xbox one, and much better results.
Yeah.
But I still PlayStation guy.
Yeah.
Let's see, what other kind of consoles do they have? I liked Sega. Sega was my shit. Genesis.
Yeah. Genesis was pretty fun.
That was another one though where like they really had a limited library, right?
Oh, they had a massive library. Plus they kept adding all the
That's right. Yeah.
add-ons and stuff like the 64
That's right.
thing and
I'm trying to think of some of the games. I know Sonic, obviously. That was their like.
just remembering because I saw that picture. It was like someone had their Genesis set up and like all the add-ons hooked up into it. So it was like 3 little add-ons just for like one game.
Damn.
Yeah.
Do you remember when who was it who had the Rumble Pack? Was that PlayStation?
The insertable rumble pack?
Yeah.
That was N64.
64. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird little add-on that they had.
Yeah.
What else? The one thing I don't miss for sure, memory cards.
Yeah.
That was a pain in the fucking ass.
Yeah.
What was it like? You could get the biggest memory card was 64 megabytes. The Mad Catz one,
Ooh, yeah.
right? 64 or something like that. 64 megabytes.
Yeah.
Let's eBay that shit. Let's get a little fact checking going. Mad Catz. Maybe it was 64 or was it a little higher? Mad Catz.
It was up there.
Yeah.
The 64 or 128.
Mad Catz PS2 memory card. I know it wasn't much because now you look at it now, it's like, oh hey, my PlayStation has a fucking 1.5 terabyte memory, you know.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, dude, the small ones are 8 megabytes.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah. I still have one.
Do you?
Yeah. So I have a little before they did the internal memory for it. PS3 had a little adapter, and you could put your PS2 card in there. It was mostly so you could play your PS2 games off your PS2 memory card
Yeah.
and stuff. But then they did a thing where you could actually like set up an actual like internal PS2 memory deal.
Okay, so I see one here. PS2 memory card, 256 megabytes.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a lot
Mm-hmm.
for a PS2. Like you'll never fill that up.
Mm-hmm.
If you played 80 games on it, you'd never.
Mm-hmm.
And then so the
I
one
think because all your save files were usually
like
like
kilobytes, like
Yeah, like
fucking like 8 kilobytes or some shit like that.
yeah, 8 to 16. I mean, maybe the biggest one was probably from like a Final Fantasy game or something.
Yeah, and that wasn't even that big.
Yeah.
In retrospect to like today, where like a save file is monstrous.
Depends.
Play Metal Gear Solid 5. Yeah, or 4. Those things were huge. They were like
What?
730 megabytes.
Save files?
Yeah.
So I remember going through my Xbox and looking at save files, and normally they were mostly like in the 1 to 2 megabyte range. It was just like all the add-ons, like all your DLC and stuff that was like big.
I'd have to check. I'd have to check the 360 for sure. I'd have to check because I know I got all my shit still saved on there. I'll check the Metal Gear Solid 5 shit. Maybe it's a little bit.
But I might just be thinking of like settings or stuff, because when you go and tweak the settings and everything, it makes a little save file. So I think those were probably just a couple kilobytes.
Let's see here. Another thing I don't miss was all the fucking cable attachments you needed.
Yeah.
That got old real quick. Because I know for my PlayStation, it was just whatever type of adapter that was to it, to the RCA or the RCBG or whatever the fuck it was. RGB.
Yeah.
That one. And then it got to what was the one where you had to screw into the back? That was like Nintendo, right?
Yeah, that was your
the coax. Yeah. And that one never fucked up at all. Like whatever those coax cables were made of like diamonds or some shit. They never screwed up. But the RGB ones, I remember one time, like if you moved the controller the wrong way and it would barely move the PlayStation, you lost connection. Yeah, it was ragged out. But then again, that might have been a third party type of.
Yeah, because I never really had that issue with any of my RGB cables.
And then the Xbox was just a straight up RGB, but theirs were real thick.
Yeah.
Like those, nothing was happening with those. But the one thing I do like now is just the HDMI.
Yeah.
One cable, and then you got to plug it into the wall.
Yep.
That's it. And then obviously the output quality is way better because of it.
Yep. Better response time.
Yeah, but I still see people old school, like my old boss Jeff. He bought an Xbox One like the moment it dropped, and he was using the RGB. I'm like, what the fuck? I like it better. I like the way the sound is. I was like,
shitty.
All right, man, whatever. If you like that fucking retro for your fucking, was it $500-$600 console at the time?
Yeah.
By all means, dude, do what you do. Let's see here. What do we got? Oh, at what point did you really start to see like the evolution of like the graphics and the consoles? Well, the consoles was kind of a noticeable thing, but like the graphics.
360.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the first maybe 10, 20 games for the 360 versus like the last 20 games, like it's such a huge difference. Huge
day
difference.
And night.
Yeah. Well, because the 360 had a super long lifetime. It was like 8 years.
Maybe longer.
Yeah.
No, PS3 had the longest life.
Did it?
Yeah. Because they didn't discontinue that until 16.
Yeah, about 2 years ago.
Yeah, 16, maybe late 15, something like that. And that shit lasted a while. 2000, right? 2001.
PS2. Oh
no, PS3. Oh yeah, PS3 was 2007, right? 2006, 2007.
Yeah.
Somewhere
I'd say
around there.
7, 8 time frame.
Somewhere around there, because I had just moved back from Corpus when I got mine. So it had to have been around 2007, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about, because even those graphics, like if you look at I remember the first game I got on PS3 was Vice City. No, PS2 was Vice City. And then later on, a little ways down the line when San Andreas came out, night and day. It was it wasn't even close.
Because you could get could you get Grand Theft Auto 4 on?
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 4 was PS3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you look at Grand Theft Auto 4 versus, Vice City, and it's just
Oh yeah,
night and day.
you're like fucking you're a Lego man
Yeah.
on Vice City, and then with when you're playing with Nico on Vice City on Grand Theft Auto 4,
Yeah.
it's like controlling a human.
Yeah.
It's really crazy. Like just the technology, man, how it's advancing, and now with this VR shit,
Yeah.
Jesus,
I can't do VR.
you get the nauseous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a buddy of mine, he had the Oculus. Or was it Oculus? It was something. It was, but he brought it over and played a little bit, and I was just like, ugh.
So I imagine you don't do well with like 3D movies.
No. I don't know. I haven't really seen a 3D movie.
I remember watching not the Godzilla that's coming out, but the one before, the one with like what's his name? The dad from Malcolm in the Middle, Brian, whatever his name is.
Bryan Cranston?
Bryan Cranston. And that one we saw in 3D, IMAX 3D. We were sitting in the very back where we could see the entire screen.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that was horrible.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't believe we paid this much. And then we all walked out of there with headaches.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, that was what, 2014? It had to have been 2014. Yeah, 2014.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure they've advanced it now. But back then, those shitty glasses, like, ugh.
Mhm.
Have you seen a movie in is it 4D? 5D, or 4D Max, whatever?
No.
Where you don't have to wear glasses or anything. All it is, it's an experience. So like, say you go watch what's a movie coming out, like the new Transformers or whatever, right? You go watch that, and if they're in a fight scene and then the camera swerves off to the left, your seat goes to the left. Yeah, so it's like a fucking roller coaster ride while watching the movie. Yeah, so like whenever they're flying down the road in Bumblebee,
Mm-hmm.
there's fans on the back of someone's chair blowing air real fast. So it's like you're in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really expensive tickets though.
I can
Really
fucking
fucking.
imagine.
Remember we were watching the Fat Man Beyond?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the tickets that they give out whenever they let the guests ask questions.
Okay.
If you ask a question, you get those tickets, and they said these tickets are valued at $160 or some shit like that,
Jesus.
and gives out 4 pair, or maybe more, 200. I don't fucking know. They're expensive as shit. So, but I definitely wouldn't mind seeing a couple of movies like that. And at that price point, I think I'm gonna hold off
Yeah.
until like 5D comes out. Where it's like, hey, you're on set, and then I'll get those 4D tickets because they'll be like $10. Do you have any ideas for any games?
Ideas for games?
Yeah. Or before you answer that one, did you ever want to do anything like game development or anything, or is that never up your alley?
I've thought about it a little bit, but I don't know. I just couldn't really get into the.
Coding and shit.
No, it was just like mostly coming up with ideas. I mean, yeah, sure, I could learn coding and stuff, but it was just like coming up with how to actually like put it into practice when you go over like how you would actually do the actual like game mechanics and stuff like that. Like, oh yeah, I have this really great idea. Now, how can I make that work? You know?
Well, that's
And
when you
that's
get
what I just couldn't get into.
that's when you get a development team for that shit.
Yeah.
Because I know I've had a couple of ideas for some games, but I've always wanted to do something maybe like a retro game, just to start off real small. Because you know how like let's just use Tekken 3. How you had that one game mode where you could you had to survive, like survival mode almost, and like in order to get health you got the chicken, and it was like chicken, whatever. So do like a 16-bit version or something like that. But every level, every time you get past one of those levels, you level up and get like another piece of armor or a weapon or some shit like that. And at the end, you have to like save. I don't know, like some Mario shit. Like you have to like save.
Like a side scroller RPG.
Something like that, yeah.
Alright.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like your character would look almost Mega Man-ish, like just real 16-bit-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Just somewhere along the lines of that. And I was telling G about it, and I was like, dude, we should do something like this. I was like, because I had the idea for the music, where it'd be kind of like some like lo-fi shit, but so it'd be modern, but just have that retro like look. So for like you said, those nostalgia things, they'd be like, oh, this is fucking dope. But instead of being real shitty with it, instead of get like 10 levels, take it old school. Remember Mario had like 100 levels.
Mm-hmm.
Give him like 100 levels of that shit. And every level that you go through, it would start off with like 4 or 5 bad guys, real easy. And then by the time you're up to like 50, you're like, fuck, there's like 90 guys coming at me right now, and they're hard as shit. But there's a little, like that second thing, chicken. You can find something like there'll be like a weed leaf that kind of like eases your pain. So like instead of, if somebody hit you with a sword, instead of taking half life, it would take like a quarter away because you really can't feel it. And then like there'll be like a beer or some shit like that, or if you accidentally get that, anytime someone hits you, your health goes all the way down. But I mean, just little ideas like that. Let's make it happen, Brian. Code that shit.
I think I've seen. I'd have to look into it. I've heard of like things like RPG Maker or something like that, where it's basically like just like pre-built programs, and then basically just kind of like design your own games. But I think those were more for like the like old school, like old school, like Final Fantasy, like 1 through 3, where it's, you know, you're traveling on the map, stuff like that. So
how cool would it be for something like that, like what you were talking about, pre-developed and all that shit? Where like, okay, here's this and here's this and here's the capabilities of what you can do with it. Almost like a competition forum. You gotta pay to get in. Whoever signs up for it, and whoever wins that, they make that game, and they kind of make it a little bit better. So they'll sit down with you and develop a storyline, or if people like it, then they can change it, you know, from fucking 16 to like 64-bit, make it a little more lifelike.
That'd be kind of cool.
We should pitch that to someone. You see, fuckers, we're all full of ideas over here. Shoot the shit 420. We don't fuck around with the fuck around. So what kind of ideas did you have that you didn't really wanna, that you were talking about, like it would be too hard?
Well, it'd be an RPG, but it was like really how to handle
You have like a storyline for it?
No. It was, I'm trying to think, because it was an idea from years ago, and I haven't really thought about it since. It'd almost be kind of Fable-esque in how, like, you know, choices affect things.
I fucking love those games like that.
Yeah.
Did you like Fable?
Yeah, I loved Fable. I really liked Fable 1 the most.
I like all of them.
Yeah.
I think Fable 2 was my least favorite. Fable 3 was my shit. I think actually Fable 3 was probably my favorite. They were talking about bringing it back, but he was like, it'd be so hard to do that because the creator fucked himself. The first one was set way back, and the second one was 500 years ahead, and the third one was 500 years. He goes, I can only do that so many times.
Yeah.
So some of his fans were like, well, why don't you do in between games? Like have different little storylines, not little, but like storylines in between Fable 1 and 2, Fable 2 and 3. Then you can do another half story in between 3 and 4, and then 4 comes out.
Yeah.
Because those games are fun as fuck.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't really like the control schemes for 2 and 3.
They were way easier.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Really?
Yeah.
What didn't you like? Like how you could just like lock on someone and shit, or what?
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't bother me any. Because for me, I'm more of like a some people are all about the graphics. I'm all about like the storyline. I really enjoyed that storyline.
Yeah.
The storyline for Fable 2 was bullshit.
Yeah, that was.
How no matter what you did, everything was fucked. Like, if you bring back the dog,
No, that was 3.
no, that was 2. 3 was the one where you had to help those people either save their village or their community type thing.
But you're trying to save the world from the darkness.
From the darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you broke all the promises, you would save your town.
Mm-hmm.
But if you didn't, you would save theirs. But everyone at your town would hate you because you let their town go to shit.
No, it'd kill like everyone.
Yeah, kill everyone. Yeah, but it would save everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So that was 3, and then 2 was the one where like, you can either stop all the violence, but then everybody else will hate you or some shit like that, and then you could either bring your dog back, because remember your dog dies in that one.
No, your dog died in 3.
It was 2. Yeah, dude, Sarah plays part 3 religiously.
I don't know. I gotta replay it.
Yeah, you should. It's fucking great. Not part 2, but yeah, because I remember we looked up the best choice, and someone was like, "Well, there is really no good choice." I mean, or then you said they were like, "Oh, that's all up to the player. How do you want the game to end?" I'm like, I kind of want you guys to put a little more effort into it next time.
Yeah.
Maybe do that. But yeah, Fable 3 is cool. Fable 1, yeah. Is that the one where you start off as like a little kid?
Yeah.
And you're chasing the training session was even dope.
Yeah.
I like that one. What are some games that you want to come back?
Knights of the Old Republic.
What's that?
Star Wars.
Oh, okay, yeah. Damn, I forgot about Star Wars games. Those are fucking badass.
Yeah.
You ever play that one on PSP?
No.
I liked that one a lot. I didn't want to play it. Then Gabriel was like, "Dude, just here, borrow it." And I borrowed it. I was like, "Oh yeah, this is my shit." It's really Force Unleashed or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I played it, and it was all right, but it wasn't really like my kind of thing.
I remember the God of War on PSP was my shit. That one was fun. The only thing I don't like, my only beef with those is that it's not like a free for all type thing where like it's always like, "Oh hey, you're being attacked. X, triangle, square, circle." Like, when you're doing like a sequence, to me that ruins the whole thing. And let me just go fuck this dude's ankles up since he's 37-foot monster.
Mm-hmm.
See where I get from here. Like, let me put it in my hands, because you feel so much more accomplished when you do that.
Mm-hmm. Should have got with that Star Ocean. That was good on the PSP.
Star Ocean.
Yeah, it's an RPG. Basically, it was from the PS1, and then they ported the first 2 over to the PSP.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. It took me a while to really get into RPGs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was Final Fantasy X. That's the one that set it off for me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was like, Pokemon, but
yeah.
like console, like, PlayStation, Xbox. Is Fable really an RPG? That's more of like an adventure fantasy game.
It's an RPG.
Is it an RPG?
I consider it an RPG because you make choices and you level up. Those are the 2 things I look for in an actual RPG.
And I do like the level ups in Fable. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
You can like add more magic if you just want to be like a fucking magician or a fucking wizard or some shit.
Yeah, you use magic and that helps level up your magic.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that type of shit.
Yeah.
What other games other than that one would you want brought back? Or kind of like maybe like a sequel was needed.
I'm trying to think of thinking of all the games I have. I think what I would probably enjoy would be a sequel to Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning.
Another RPG?
Yeah, it's very, very slept on.
Yeah, because I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, it was for the 360. It's very cartoony looking.
Mm-hmm.
Almost kind of like WoW.
Oh, okay, I got you.
But it was super slept on.
So why the sequel did it not end?
Well, just because like it was the game was like from I don't know 6 years ago, maybe 5-6 years ago.
Damn.
That's when the game came out, and I played it. I bought it. I remember I bought it like a couple of years ago, just because like it was at GameStop and it was cheap.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh yeah, I'll buy it. And then I didn't touch it for the longest time, and then here probably during the spring, I was like, you know what? I never played this game before, and I remember watching like some videos on YouTube talking about how it's great RPGs and stuff. So I popped it in, played it, and I was like, man, this is fucking amazing.
You got your 360 still?
Yeah.
Kind of want to watch you play that one. That one sounds dope.
Because I mean, it's really fun. It's like very kind of Skyrim-ish esque, sort of. But it's played in third person. I don't know. I kind of feel like it's almost kind of Fable-esque, actually, if you think about it. Just because, like, how everything looks, like the color schemes, and everything, kind of cartoony and stuff, and bright. And like, you make all these choices, and the choices affect, the story and everything. And you have like your three things. You could put points into, your warrior skills or your stealth skills or your magic skills, stuff like that.
Dang, yeah, I don't know why I never heard of that one.
Yeah, because it's super slept on. I think it came out around a time like another major game came out. So yeah, it was super slept on.
People push it to the side.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how it always is. Son of a bitch. Got any good game recommendations for our fellow listeners?
Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. That's definitely one.
Wait, is it The Reckoning?
No.
Okay, because I know that's the game Sarah fucking loves, is The Reckoning.
No, it's not The Reckoning. It's just this big long ass title. Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. Let's see. Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. You should definitely play those.
Trying to think of some way here. Well, some of my recommendations are if you're like a fucking action stealthy, like obviously any of the Metal Gears. Let me see here. I don't know. I guess like it's kind of a dumb game, but that Army of Two. You ever played that one?
No, I never played
it.
It's
crazy. You can't play. I mean, you can play it by yourself, but it's better when you have two people.
Yeah.
It's one of those. I always like multiplayer games, like when you can really just like whenever we beat Halo. Me and this fucking guy beat Halo in 8 hours. He wakes up after a long night of us drinking. I'm like, yo, we getting on this Halo 4? He's like, sure, fuck it. Next thing you know, we're fucking 6.5 hours in. I was like, yo, we've been playing this for like 6 hours. Get to the end, we beat it. Like, yo, we played that game for 8 hours. We just fucking didn't get. We didn't leave the couch at all that day.
Yeah.
Didn't eat, didn't drink, didn't do anything. And then finally, he's like, yo, I'm kind of hungry. It's like, yeah, you fucking think we haven't moved? Like, we paused it to piss and shit. That was it.
Yeah.
Good times. That's right. You a big Halo guy?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say huge Halo guy, but I mean, I definitely enjoy it.
What's your favorite one?
Reach probably.
Yeah, Reach was pretty dope.
Just because the map maker and
Yeah,
everything. Made all those maps and everything.
Dude, we gotta get the fucking 360 over here so we can get on some one-on-one again.
All right.
You don't want no smoke? Be easy.
No, you don't want that.
Be easy. If I had the soundboard, I'd be letting the gunshots go off right now. All right. So what are some games people should avoid?
No.
I got like 30 games, but I'm gonna give off just a couple.
Alright.
What do you got?
I don't know. I'm still kind of thinking.
So for me, on Xbox One, Brothers.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing. It's you have to control two people at the same time using both analog sticks while using all the buttons and triggers.
Fuck that.
Yeah. To my shitty kind of memory, like I just remember playing that and I was like, yeah, I'm fucking good. Like this is ridiculous.
Thought of another game they should make another sequel to.
What's that?
Armored Core.
Armored Core. See, that one sounds familiar. I want to say Israel was telling me about that one.
No, the last one they made was Armored Core 5. It was you get in these giant robots, and you go through the map and everything, and you shoot all the other like giant robots. And then every couple of levels, you have like a one-on-one with a character robot.
Oh, I love that. I love that. There's like a level boss.
Yeah.
Fucking love that shit.
And then you can play it online, go through the missions, but like with other people and stuff like that.
Do you ever you have like a Steam account? Do you ever fuck with any Steam games?
Yeah, I have Steam.
What are some good games? And I'm asking for me now, and obviously the listener. What are some good Steam games? Because I'm getting a new laptop like within the next couple of weeks, and
yeah,
I want some dope shit.
Let's see, what do I have?
'Cause I think there was one I played. It was like there goes the iPad.
Oh, great.
Awesome. There was one I played that was like a fucking Mega Man kind of. But you had all these crazy ass powers. So like you start off with like a fucking machine gun, and then before you know it, like as you level up, you're having like you don't even have hands anymore. They're just double cannon blasters. Yeah, it was pretty dope. I was like, yo, this is like Mega Man. I love this shit. And I played that one, not knowing. I looked at the clock. I started at like 10 before I know it's like 5:30 in the morning. I'm just like, I'm all hunched over him. I can't even. I had like a crick in my neck because I'm using that shitty keyboard right there in front of me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like there's no mouse or nothing. It's like A jump, F or like forward. The arrows are forward. Like so So I was playing that for a good minute. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, it was like a Steam original.
Okay.
Or something like, or maybe a Steam best. Like Steam favorite, some shit like that. Yeah, I love those type of games. So, but you were saying though, for Steam recommendations or just game recommendations in general, and like for especially Steam, because
Grim Dawn wasn't bad. It's a Diablo clone. I thought it was pretty dope. You basically have there's 6 classes, and you can pick 2 of them. No. Was it 6 or was it? Yeah, it was 6 classes. You could pick 2 of them, and you basically just play as something like that. You run around, do quests, get loot.
Like the classes would be like magic and.
Well, it'd be like demolitionist, witch hunter, or no, demolitionist. Arcanist, like some kind of gunslinger, basically stuff like that. So, yeah, I remember I picked 2 classes, and then it renamed your class based on those 2, and it called me a druid. Because basically I was using like a lot of like spirit magic and weapon stuff. So I was basically just running around with this big 2-handed hammer and using like magic attacks, like a magic, a lightning attack through the hammer.
Ooh, that's dope. That's like Fable shit.
Yeah.
I remember me and Gabriel used to play Fable 3 online, and he had that fucking big ass hammer, and anytime he hit you, it was like electricity would fuck you up. And I had that what was it? It was like a big ass sword, and every time I hit you, it would set you on fire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then he had that one thing where he would slow down time. While he was doing that, I was just just fucking people up, and the whole time, because of the way I looked, my character was so small, that big ass sword. Every time I would hit somebody, it looked funny. It looked like some little kid was like really trying to like hurt somebody, but really wasn't doing shit. But every time I would do it, dude, Gabriel, he would just laugh. It was like, he was a little high pitched laugh and shit. He was like, "You look so fucking stupid." Yeah, I missed that shit. So we talked about. Did we give any games you should avoid?
I couldn't really think of any.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I mean,
But one game I think we could both recommend is Fallout.
Yeah, Fallout.
That's crazy addicting.
Yeah, 3 in New Vegas
Fuck,
was
dude.
great. 4 was pretty. 4 was really fun, but it kind of. I don't know.
Why do people hate New Vegas?
I don't know why they hate New Vegas. New Vegas was like one of the best.
Dude, I remember when I got that game, I did not put that controller down for fucking like 12 hours.
Yeah.
And then whenever I told that was when I was working at that warehouse, and they were like, "You got New Vegas? 3 is the best one." And I was like, "Well, let me play this one for a while and I'll go get it." And I liked 3 a lot.
Yeah.
But New Vegas is my shit. I was like, this is the cream of the crop. Like, this is superior to any other game like this I've ever played.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because it wasn't Bethesda who made it.
Who made it?
Obsidian. And turns out they didn't have very long to make it either. That's
For
why
real?
it's very buggy. Yeah.
That game still shits on fucking 3 though.
I want to say it only had like maybe a year and a half of development time.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. So that was like last minute.
Yeah.
And they still killed it.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. That opening scene for New Vegas when you're on that table and that dude, he's telling you, giving you all those choices and shit. I was like, because that was my first Fallout, was New Vegas. So I was like, oh shit, you can kind of build yourself up like this. This guy's like walking you through it. And I was like, this is new. Like, this is like kind of like futuristic shit. And my only beef with it at the time, well, still to this day, is how if you get too much shit, you just can't walk at all. Like, you can't run. You're just like mega slow.
Yeah.
And then Fallout 4 was like, we're gonna get rid of that. You can carry whatever you want. And I was like, kind of.
No, you still had carry weight.
Really?
Yeah, it still slowed you down. It was just the thing is, you could still sprint.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, because you cannot sprint in New Vegas.
Yeah.
I remember, I didn't know. I just kept taking everything I saw.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, broken ketchup bottle. Fuck it, I'll take it. I do like how you could fucking, because you introduced me to it. You're like, oh, check out this gun I built. I was like, what the fuck? And your shit was off the chain.
Yeah.
And I like, this is kind of going off subject. Have you played The Shelter? Fallout Shelter?
No.
Fun as shit.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, really fun. I have it on the Xbox One, and I'll sit there and play that. And one time Sarah was like writing her fan fiction, and dude, I played that game for like 5 hours, not even thinking about it. Just like, damn, like it's really fun. The waiting time kind of sucks, but you can speed shit up. But it's cool how you can get like raided, and like you can sign everybody guns before you know it. I had everybody with like either like a shotgun with a chainsaw on the front or some shit. Yeah, the weapons are crazy. You can't build anything, but you can just find shit or you unlock shit. It's really fun. What are some games that you're kind of like waiting on, or like you haven't played yet?
I thought about getting that Monster Hunter World.
For DS?
No, for the Xbox One.
Oh.
Yeah, they came out with a Monster Hunter for the Xbox One.
Damn, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. It's supposed to be pretty fucking tight. It's supposed to be hard as shit.
There's one game out. PS4. Let's see here. What is it called? It's a new Ghost of Tsushima. PS4. It's like you're like a samurai. Very pretty. It looks like it's RPG-esque, and or maybe it's just an action game. But the E3 trailer we talked about on that E3 episode, dude, it's crazy. That's my type of game. Where like and even one of the trailers, the dude has like 3 arrows in his bow, and he hits the dude like one in his leg, one in his gut, one in his head. Yeah, it's really like realistic looking. And then that one game, the one that's starring the dude from Walking Dead, Daryl.
Oh yeah.
That one game that
Death Stranding.
That's Stranding or Stranded with Death something. I still don't even know what the fucking game's about.
No one does.
No one does, but it looks badass. Would you play something like that?
If I knew what the fuck it was about, maybe. But I mean, honestly, like
They're leaving a lot for you to be curious about.
yeah, but I mean, at this point, it's kind of working against them.
It really
at
is.
least for me, it is, because it's like, all right, you've been talking about this game for how long?
Fucking at least 5 years.
Yeah, and we still don't know what it's about. Sorry, I think I want to pass.
But see, that's Kojima though. He's always done that with like he's the Metal Gear guy.
Yeah.
So like when the first part came out, it was years before part 2 came out, and it was years before part 3 came out. But see, he had that ongoing running storyline that was like, full of continuity. So it's like it just even 5. Like I was like, I don't know how he's gonna. Cause wait, did he do 5? I don't know if he was.
I want to say he probably did.
Well, no, because I think there was a. Fuck. That's right. It was just the guy who voiced Snake wasn't in originally, but yeah, and then I guess he's got part 6 coming out, but he said he already let everybody know it's gonna be some time before that one comes out.
Well, no, because he's not working with them anymore.
Yeah. Fuck, who is it? Konami, yeah.
Yeah, so he's not working with Konami anymore. And so, seeing as Metal Gear's his baby, I don't think they can make a Metal Gear 6. Well, I don't know.
Who would he go with?
Huh?
Who would he partner up with? Because he can get it made.
It might... Depends on who owns the rights to Metal Gear. Because if Konami owns the rights...
Yeah.
Then... Probably not.
Because I know he writes those. Like those are like fucking novels, dude.
Yeah. I've heard that the stories are supposed to be pretty badass.
They're pretty bad. They're just they're really complex. But the thing is, like I said, it's not for everybody. You can't. It's not one of those games where you can really just jump in on it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can if you want, but and he kind of sets it up to where you can do that. But there's a lot of shit they hint to a lot of the shit from the past games.
Yeah.
To where you're like, what the fuck is this? That's where someone like me would be like, oh, that's from part 2. That's from Snake Eater. Or, like I can tell where shit's coming from. Where someone like you would be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's going on here. So it would be a lot of pausing and looking shit up.
Yeah.
Because I think it was part 4 where even I couldn't remember something, and I had to look it up because you had to know your history of the game in order to figure out what this person was talking about in order to finish a mission. Yeah, I'm like, so that's really gets a little complex.
Yeah,
it's not just your basic gamer's game.
Yeah, I remember like looking at videos and stuff and people talking about like how the games were. 'Cause, like I remember it was probably like the 3rd game. We're supposed to fight that sniper dude in the forest or whatever. And it was saying like, yeah, you have to dodge him and stuff and try and kill him, or you save, you turn off the game and you wait a week and you go back to it, and then the sniper dude actually dies from old age.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yo, what was that one game that was on GameCube where You built the world, and like even when you weren't playing it, the game was playing. Is it like Pikmin or some shit like that?
Maybe. I don't know. There's been a couple games that do stuff like that. Someone I know the Fable games. They kind of did something like that, where at least Fable 2 did. Fable 2 and 3, where you buy the houses and you rent them out.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. And whenever you come back to rent, like,
Yeah. You get a big chunk of money from the rent.
Yeah, Sarah loves doing that shit.
Yeah.
She'll just leave it. She'll be like, oh fuck, let me go get my rent. And she'll have like $20,000 or some shit like that because she hadn't checked on it in like months.
Probably like 20 million.
I know the rent is not. It's like what, 4? Usually around 4 or 5 a month or some shit like that.
Usually like every like in-game hour or something like that.
Something like that. I know there's a lot of. I think that Fallout does that. But like if you don't, the Fallout.
Yeah. Fallout 4, yeah. Yeah, because you put the merchant stands in your settlement. Yeah.
That, and also even the shelter game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where like say your lab catches on fire or something like that, and you don't check it for like a week. You're like, oh, your lab burnt down. Now you have to rebuild.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to basically pay to have that shit taken out and then put back in.
Yeah.
And you gotta start back over. What are let's see. I'm trying to think of some games that Tsushima game. Even though I don't know what the fuck it is, Death Stranded. I kind of want to give the Fallout 76 a try.
I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on it
Because I don't know how it's gonna work in an MMO environment.
Yeah. My biggest thing is, like, I've heard that there's not going to be any NPCs. It's going to be all PCs.
Yeah, that's.
Which means, I don't know.
How's that gonna work? Because that's a big part of Fallout.
Yeah. But supposedly, like, PCs can do, like, you could set up your own shop or something and sell stuff you've made or found and stuff like that. I don't know. I haven't really been following it, so.
Not too much myself either, but pretty much anytime there's anything to do with Fallout, I kind of like to keep my my finger on it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm such a big fan of it. What are some franchises that you really just like are fanboys of?
Elder Scrolls, maybe? Even though I've only really played Oblivion and Skyrim. I mean, I am looking forward to Elder Scrolls 6.
Would you, I forget, that one's coming out, right?
Huh?
That's coming out, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they announce that at E3?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I think either like late next year or 2020.
It's crazy. Did you ever get into that game, Destiny?
Yeah, I actually played Destiny.
Was it pretty good?
Well. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean, it was, I don't know what to compare it to. I mean, it's your basic, do missions.
Is it like an adventure game or is it RPG?
It's an RPG.
Because I never played it.
Yeah, because I mean, you level up, you get gear, and you have some kind of like Diablo 3-ish. Like, you don't really level your skills up, you just kind of unlock them as you level up. Right. And so you kind of like set like what you get.
So I know, didn't that fucking game cost like $1 million or some shit like that? Or more?
I remember
to make, right?
I believe it did cost quite a bit to make.
It wasn't like 500 million, was it?
No. That's way too much.
Destiny budget. I gotta look that. I remember it was a lot.
Yeah.
Brian.
Oh Jesus.
500 million. That's fucking insane for a game.
That's fucking nuts.
What was that one game that whenever you first got the Xbox, like the Spartan game?
Oh yeah.
Was it called Spartan?
I think so.
Something like that, right? Just real
Yeah.
basic.
Yeah.
I heard that game was expensive as fuck to make, and nobody liked it.
Yeah.
It was one of those games where like it came pre-installed because my buddy Chris was like, I hate this game,
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. Yeah.
and it was huge. Like so, like if you had like a 500 gig Xbox, it was like 20, 30 gigs or some shit like that, maybe
Yeah,
more.
something like that.
Really fucking big.
Yeah.
That's the bad thing about the new consoles. Is like, oh, my game is installed. Cool. Like, I mean, like, why do I have to install this? Like, I get it because of the Blu-ray and shit that it just can't spin. Like, I mean, it spins, but it doesn't read as fast.
Yeah.
But fuck, man, that's such a pain in the goddamn ass.
It is, but I mean, you gotta think that's gonna save you life on your drive, because then it's not spinning as much.
Yeah,
Because I know, like my 360, like that thing is sounding.
bad.
Yeah, it's
Borderline crashing.
yeah. Because I know, like whenever I go to play games and stuff, like it crashes sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
And the 360.
Oh, my phone. My bad.
Yeah, the 360, like it was pretty like I remember it was pretty good. Like you never really dealt with like crashes or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I remember a while back I was replaying Mass Effect, and I have them for the discs, you know,
Mhm.
so and you just hear that thing just
Oh yeah.
just like, man, that thing is sounding bad.
She's almost out of there.
Yeah.
Poor girl. Yeah, I mean, I guess I get it. It's just, and another thing is like, so one of the problems I have with the Xbox, or that I'm having with the Xbox, when you do get a game on a disc and you don't download it from the store, is how sometimes you'll put it in and it's like, oh, if you own this game, please insert the disc. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? So I just, I can't remember who I was telling, Isaac, I bought a Battlefield 1 or some shit like that. Installed the game. It took fucking forever, like 6 hours because of this internet. And a couple weeks later, I go to play with them online. Put the game in and it says, if you own this disc, please insert. I'm like, what?
Bitch, the disc is in there.
Took it out, put it back in, said the same thing. Took it out, put it back in, same shit. Unplugged the Xbox, and that's what made it work. I'm like, I shouldn't have to fucking do all this.
Yeah.
So that's why Isaac was like, yeah, dude. He was like, I don't buy a disc anymore. He was like, it's more expensive, but you're better off just getting it from the store and download it. Or if you can get that download card, to where it's like, 45, or what is it? I think it's 55 for that card. But then the taxes is 60, as opposed to it being 60 flat, and then with your taxes on the store, so it saves you a little bit more money. But still, it just sucks that you have to go through that type of shit. I don't think I've ever had that problem with the PS4.
No.
So I guess that's one advantage for the PlayStation. But other than that, I don't really see a big difference in them.
Yeah, there really isn't much.
Both fucking.
Because they both do the same thing.
Both fucking awesome consoles.
Yeah, because you play games, play movies, watch Netflix.
You know what's crazy with the Xbox? The Xbox One, she bought that movie The Mummy on DVD, and we go to put it in, and it said it couldn't read it. I was like, what the fuck? And we looked it up. It's like, oh yeah, you need to get this app in the store in order to just play regular DVDs. I was like, oh, so this is really mainly just for Blu-rays, because we got Black Panther on Blu-ray. I think it was Black Panther. Put it in, started up right away.
Yep.
I was like, oh, that's fucking weird. It's like well, we do not recognize this bullshit technology. Please insert better quality. Like, what the fuck? All right, man, I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, going for an hour 20. So yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Go get some grub.
Because
It's 1 o'clock. Oh
yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
So we should probably hurry up.
Yeah.
All right, fuckers.
All right.
Episode 2. Nothing special. Yeah, Brown's got work, so we got shit to do.
Yeah.
That was episode 2. See y'all next week. This was Nothing Special, brought to you by Shoot the Shit 420, which we'll be recording another episode of tonight, later as fuck.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. Peace.
Later.